what's your best tip for handling kids who misbehave? You said focus on the kids. Yes, I'm sure I'm focusing on the kids, but they're
For
misbehaving and they're driving me crazy. What do you do?
child has a different brain than we do. Up until 20 something, I forget the exact age, but maybe mid 20s, our brain is not fully developed. So it takes a very long time to get a fully developed brain. And I will leave in the comments section a book that talks about this, about um, the idea that our brain, and we have different stages and phases. So stages we see when our kids are younger, and then as they progress things get better, but then sometimes the teenage years hit and boom, we have a teenager who's not so easy to take care of. But if we focus on the connection early on, and when we punish, I don't like using the word punish because our kids, to discipline means disciple. It means they are our students and we're their teachers. And what's the main thing is to focus on the connection. So when something goes wrong, when something goes awry with your kid, when they're misbehaving, kind of focus on the reason. Why are they misbehaving? Is it something that went wrong at school? Is it that they're seeking your attention? Because sometimes our kids seek our attention in negative ways to get the attention from you. So try to focus on the reason and try to figure out why your kid is misbehaving, because oftentimes there is a reason. And there's something that we know called halt. And it's very important, especially for younger kids, to realize. I don't know if you ever heard of halt, Diane. Did you ever hear of halt?
I think I heard about it. It's an
It
acronym for something.
so what it is hungry, angry, lonely, tired. So oftentimes, especially with young kids, we might, send them to sports and extracurricular activities along with school. And then they're done with their activity for the day and they might be cranky because they're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. So try to focus on those reasons. That may be the why. And then when we punish, we don't want to punish, like I said, but we should have, should is a not such a great word either, but there should be. I'm just using it for lack of
Lack
words.
of a better word.
So consequences are a great thing as long as they're natural consequences. So if your kid is playing too many video games or having too much screen time, and it's time down, try to get, because kids work best when they have a warning, when they know what to expect. So if you tell your child 15 more minutes of this video game, you have 15 more minutes and it's time to put it down, give them that warning, and then kind of give them maybe 2 or 3 minutes before the time is up. Say, hey, your time is up. Let's put the video games down for the night. And you might get some trouble. You might get negativity from your kids. However, if there's a big, reaction for a negative way, you might want to say, as a natural consequence, if you're going to behave this way, then tomorrow you won't get your video games. So that's something as a natural consequence that you can use. And also, let's say they went to a birthday party and they were totally misbehaving and not acting well, or stayed out late one night, and you can say, well, listen, the consequence is if you didn't behave, if you didn't come home like a teenager, the time that you said you would come home, then unfortunately you won't be able to go out tomorrow. So when you have a consequence, it's great to have a consequence that relates to the problem. So, and then the big thing about parenting is that you connect with your child after. So there might be a big blow up. Your child might be angry. They might be throwing things as a young kid, or playing, throwing their blocks or whatever it may be. Don't in the moment. It's best not to argue and lose it with your child. It's best to let some time go, diffuse until you get back and you connect, because connecting is so important to do with your child.